Hi, and welcome to the ARM What Is Program series. In each episode, we explore a tech topic to give you insight and perspective into some of today's hottest design trends. I'm Brian Fuller, editor-in-chief at ARM, and today we're going to find out what is ARM virtual hardware. And to help us with that, I want to introduce Stefano Cadario, Director, Software Product Management with ARM. When he's not helping us understand what is ARM virtual hardware, Stefano spends his free time training for triathlon events to make sure he can at least get to the finish line in one piece. Let's get started. So, Stefano, what exactly is ARM virtual hardware?
So ARM virtual hardware is a functionally accurate model of an ARM-based chip that basically runs in the cloud. What this means is that ARM virtual hardware simulates the behavior visible from the software, but abstract all the complexity around the underlying hardware. So think about a virtual machine, but specifically designed for ARM-based IoT devices and available to customers directly in the cloud. So thanks to ARM virtual hardware, IoT developers can leverage the flexibility and scalability and power of the cloud to dramatically improve productivity with new, cloud-based modern development techniques such as CI/CD, DevOps, and MLOps.
So what are some of the main use cases for ARM virtual hardware?
We see three main use cases for ARM virtual hardware. Right? The first one is the ability to start developing software ahead of hardware availability. Think about a case where you just open your favorite IDE, connect to a virtual target, and start typing examples without waiting for your colleague or your supplier to ship the board to your house or to your office. The second use case is continuous integration and testing all in the cloud. So real hardware is very difficult to scale. Even for relatively cheap, kind of $20 boards, it requires space and equipment and maintenance and time to set it up. So ARM virtual hardware allows you to move lots of the testing from real hardware to the cloud infrastructure, and you can enable with that to scale to hundreds or thousands of boards in really minutes. So no more time spent fixing and loose power cables in your board farm. The third and last use case is MLOps. So with increasing demand and adoption of ML at the edge, the ability to estimate how fast an ML model will run on the device is very critical. So ARM virtual hardware provides this functionality and integrated with ML tools, empowers data scientists to iterate and experiment with different network architecture and optimizations much more quickly compared to doing with real hardware.
Wow, Stefano, that is brilliant. Now, does it mean that this can be used to measure the performance of a chip?
Yeah, that's correct, Brian. So although ARM virtual hardware is not really the right to do cycle-accurate performance measurements, such as an FPGA, it does provide information, such as instruction count on the CPU side, that can be used to infer performance, for example, for regression tests or performance estimation.
So how do you see ARM virtual hardware evolving in the coming years?
So we are just at the beginning of this journey. If you think about 15 years ago, it wasn't that easy to deploy your kind of web application across the globe in minutes through Docker containers and scaling infrastructure without buying a bunch of servers and put in some kind of dark room. So I believe ARM virtual hardware will play a fundamental role in moving IoT engineers to a new cloud-based development that where the hardware becomes kind of virtually available in the cloud, and it's possible to fully test your application completely in the cloud with automatic deployment of the new firmware to actual deploy devices. So we need to move to a cloud-based software development processes if we want to empower engineers and data scientists to scale IoT to 1 trillion devices. And I think ARM virtual hardware will play a key role in this journey.
Well, thanks, Stefano. That is just amazing. Finally, cloud-based design is here now. Now, check out all our other What Is episodes and be sure to subscribe to the channel right here because we'll be adding more episodes as the year progresses. Thanks for listening.